Welcome to KDOL Community Spotlight. I'm Shonda Scott, your host, and today we have a special edition discussion with Director of Public Affairs for the Oakland Unified School District, Mr. Troy Flint, to talk about the new facilities program and master plan in the Oakland Unified School District and what that means for the larger community as well as the students in the Oakland Unified School District. Troy, welcome back. Always a pleasure to see you.
Thanks for having me.
You always have a lot of good news to tell us about and help us understand what's going on in the district. So the facilities master plan.
Right.
I've heard about it. I mean, I know that they came up with the facilities department came and did a whole presentation to the board about a $1.5 billion master plan for Oakland schools. So what does that mean for the community, and what does that mean to the district during a time of budget cuts and limited resources?
The point of the facilities master plan is to provide a blueprint for building on the good work that we've done renovating and building new facilities here in the Oakland Unified School District to give kids better environments in which they can learn and play. The current bond, which was generously paid for by the Oakland taxpayers, was $435 million. That's gone to numerous renovations and new buildings, which people see when they're walking or driving around the town.
Right.
It's really revamped the whole face of the Oakland Unified School District and given a better presentation to our schools, but more importantly, created better conditions in which kids can learn. We want to keep that momentum going, but we need a new plan to guide us for the next generation of improvements. That's what this facilities master's plan would do.
And how long is this plan for? Is it a 10-year plan?
The plan would cover about 5 years.
Okay.
So our current assessment has determined that there are about $1.5 billion worth of renovations and improvements that need to be made to our building and grounds. We're not going to ask for that much money at this time. It wouldn't be prudent, but a more scaled back reasonable request would be around $500 million. And that should allow us to really power through this next phase of renovation to make sure that all kids have state-of-the-art facilities, because that's what every student deserves.
Well, the Associate Superintendent, Timothy White, who's over facilities, was on the show, and he was actually giving us an update about facilities, what has gone on with the Measure B money. And he also said that there's data that directly links that when the child has a nice learning environment, they actually perform better. And so is that your understanding of the importance of having nice facilities, not only for the community, but for the students to feel good about where they're going to school?
Absolutely. It's not just for the purpose of appearance or aesthetics. There's a practical impact on outcomes for children. Our strategic plan calls for the development of OUSD as a full-service community district. That means every site has high levels of teaching and learning going on in the classroom, but also we create the conditions at every site that allow for students to reach accelerated levels of achievement. That means providing the proper resources for them in terms of services, but also in terms of the facilities. Often you have instruction that can be limited by what the surroundings provide. You have a limitation on the services you can provide based on the structure of the facility. We're trying to break down those barriers and let the environment be an asset to the education we're providing the kids, not a hindrance. And that's why it's important that people come out as we discuss the facilities plan. Right now we just have a draft. We haven't determined what the final program would look like. And we want to involve the public because they're on the sites every day. They have a vision for what's good for kids. And we want them to express that and let that be reflected in the final facilities master plan.
So what does the public involvement mean? Like they'll come to a community meeting and give their ideas of what they'd like in their school area or across the district, or how will these meetings look?
We're hosting a series of meetings beginning in late February and continuing through early April. 2 meetings in each of our 3 regions. We divide the city of Oakland up into 3 regions. So region 1 is primarily North and West Oakland. There'll be 2 meetings there. Region 3 is primarily Deep East Oakland. There'll be 2 meetings there as well. And then Region 2 covers the central part of the city. They'll also have a pair of meetings in that region. And we'll add more meetings as necessary. In addition, you can go to the OUSD website. There's a link from the homepage where you can download the facilities master plan and look at a lot of detailed information about the facilities and the services that are available at each site. I encourage people to go there. We have surveys. We have a lot of background information that you can use to inform your decision. But even if you don't want to do a lot of homework, but you have an idea, come to the meeting and voice it. or you can email me, Troy Flint, through the communications department, or of course, Timothy White, superintendent for facilities.
Right. So the one thing that was great is that during the last bond, towards the end of the bond cycle, the school district received local control back, and the board actually passed a local business utilization bond that required that on all district contracts, 20% minimum required would go back to local businesses. So what has happened with the last bond is that over 40% of the bond that was left over since 2008 has gone back to the local businesses, meaning local labor, local business, as well as people who actually graduated. There was one guy on a project that graduated from Oakland Public Schools and was working on the downtown construction project for the new school development. So you see a lot of like stimulating the local economy with the bond money, the way the district is actually distributing it in some of the policies that are in place. So I just wanted to commend the district on that piece of it as well.
No, I appreciate that. The local vendor policy was a crucial piece for us, because it's a win-win, or really a win on 3 levels. The students are winning because they're getting a better environment, which is helping produce better outcomes for kids. The public wins because they get a more pleasing aesthetic environment, an environment that's serving kids who eventually grow up to become the next generation of leaders for Oakland. And economically, we benefit as a city because we're recycling those funds back into the city, people who work, live, and play here. So it's really an engine of growth for Oakland.
Good, well said. So with that, I just want to thank you for joining us and telling us more about this facilities master plan, and ask the community to actually come out and support the district and give your input to the meetings that will be held throughout the district. Thank you, Troy.
Sure.
You've been watching KDOL Community Spotlight, a special edition on the Facilities Master Plan for the Oakland Unified School District. Joining me was Troy Flint, who is the Director of Public Relations for the Oakland Unified School District, where we have community schools and thriving students. Thank you for joining us.